Ian, how are you feeling after that one?
Disappointed. Disappointed in the second half, really. I thought first half's quite even. Not much in it, really. Not a great deal happened, obviously, except for the goal. Second half, I think they were better than us. So I can't complain at the result. I think over the 90 minutes, they were better than us on the night. And our second half performance was disappointing.
Why do you think they were better than us tonight?
I think they just, second half, they pressed us aggressively. We didn't find the solutions well enough. We weren't brave enough. I think at 1-1 we had a period where we started to be a bit braver on the ball, get hold of it and start to play the way that we're good at. And then we started to come in, create a few chances with Cal and Jayden down the right hand side. But we don't create good enough chances. And yeah, in the end, of course, it's a couple of set pieces that let us down. But I think that they created enough chances in the second half. They created more than us. And yeah, we didn't handle the way in which they stepped up onto us.
Did it feel like your players struggled for composure tonight on the ball?
Yeah, I mean, the pitch didn't help. It's not an excuse, but the pitch was atrocious. Probably the worst we've had this season. So passing the ball on it, receiving it, you need that extra touch, and it probably suited them because I think they knew how we were going to play and they got after us. But also in the first half, we used the spacing behind a little bit better. We stretched them, and when we did that, they looked a little bit more vulnerable. In the second half, we played in front of them, and we didn't. I just don't think we were brave enough to want and receive the ball and move it out of the pressure. So then it played into their hands a little bit.
The two goals that did all the damage, look, penalty happens at the end when games get stretched like that, but the two goals that did all the damage, set pieces, balls into your box, not being able to defend them, talk me through it.
Yeah, that's it. It was the second phase on the first one, and they've clipped the far post. It's a great ball in, and they've been aggressive at the far post. And the second one's a good delivery. It's difficult, you know. Eli came to the bench and he was struggling, so we had to make a change. And when you take off someone that's 6'5", of course, that impacts on set plays. But we wanted to be positive with the change in terms of bringing on another forward. So, but yeah, just disappointing the nature of the goals. But like I say, I think they created. We relied on Veet to make some big saves before that. So we can say about the goals, but we don't create enough, and they create more than us, which is why they have those opportunities.
Is the concession of those type of goals a concern?
Any goals conceded is a concern. Like I said, for me the concern is not okay. We concede 3. But it's the volume of chances that we create. We concede in the second half today. I think they got on top of us. They put a lot of balls in the box and we're a little bit too open. But listen, like I say, I think the scoreline's probably correct. I can't argue about it. Over the course of 90 minutes, we didn't reach the standards that we've set in recent weeks.
It was a really lively atmosphere in here. I mean, how much do you think that impacted the performance tonight?
Yeah, I think that of course, the home crowd was behind them, and I think that we really needed to kill the momentum of the game in the second half to keep the crowd at bay. But I think because we turned it into more of a game of kind of counter-attacks and transitions, and they got on top of us, it suited the crowd. The crowd kind of gained momentum, and that pushed them a little bit, and we really needed that. Then you need even more composure just to be on the ball and be brave, and we weren't that.
I know previously you've said that you're not one for really looking at the league table, but inevitably you'll cast a glance at it every so often. Tonight was one of those games in hand, you're still 12 points off top. Is that still in your thinking at all, or are you just looking at trying to get as high up as you can now with more playoffs in mind?
I think the reality is we can only take care of our own situation, so we can take care of Yeovil at the weekend, then Solihull next week, and we can't think much more than that, really. You know, Stockport have been in unbelievable form. That's why they are where they are, and if they continue with that, then it's of course very, very difficult to catch them. But I don't know what they're going to do in the next games. You don't know what the other teams are going to do in the next games, so we just take care of ourselves, and a lot of games still to play. We sit in the playoff positions now, but we're not where we want to be. But I would say this was the first game in quite a few where I think our level of performance dropped a little bit. So we just need to refine that form again at the weekend.
Ed Francis wasn't in the 16 today. Picked up a knock.
Yeah, ankle injury on the weekend. So he landed badly on that, and it swelled up. That's why he came off at the weekend, and then he was really struggling. Didn't train yesterday, and I think he'll be a stretch for the weekend.
Word on Eli Sam, another excellent goal, another goal.
Yeah, fantastic. Brilliant goal, constant threat. It's just playing so many games at such a high intensity for him, having not played so long, you can see he's tiring a little bit, so that's normal. So we need players to come in and freshen it up for us, but yeah, a great performance from him.